What's going on, guys? MariK here, and with the Star Wars Battlefront collection less than 2 weeks away, I thought this would be a good time to discuss map strategies. For those of you who haven't had the chance to play the original Battlefront online or haven't played since the original servers were shut down. So in these videos, we'll be taking a look at the layouts to each map and going over different strategies that you can take for each of the various factions. When playing on Naboo, the game switches things up a little bit. The Empire and the clones are the ones that share command posts, while the Rebels and the Droids share command posts. The Empire and the clones have the Palace, they have the Guard, and they have the Office. And the Rebels and Droids have the Rotunda, the Palace, and the Embassy. The Palace command post spawns 2 hover tanks for the Empire and the clones, while the Embassy and the Plaza each spawn 1 tank for the Rebels and the Droids. While playing on Theed, you can play as one of the tanks. It's not the most ideal of strategies, even though the tank is a very powerful. Even though the tank is a very powerful vehicle, the tight quarters of the city really are not ideal for vehicular combat. And there's not really any way to distance yourself from the enemy tanks either. But once you do away with them, if you're able to, the tanks are not terrible. As I said, they are more or less just almost like good spawn kill vehicles, because you can't really maneuver a whole lot. But if you are able to position yourself in a way that grants you enough of a sight line to be able to just take pot shots into command posts and more or less just straight up block one of their pathways. You can't take command posts while you're in a tank, but you can go ahead and clear them out for your allies to be able to take them in your stead. Once you've left that center command post alone for a while, the enemy will just kind of funnel in, because it feels like the Palace command post is the one that most of the time that's the one everybody's fighting for control over. It's not necessarily the centermost command post, but all the way back in the back, the Rotunda is not a command post that is really desirable, because it doesn't give you any strategic value. It's just kind of there as a really big spawn point, and when you do attempt to take it, it is such an open command post that, I mean, you can easily get overwhelmed if they spawn, 2 or 3 enemies in there all at once, and you are unprepared to deal with them. When playing as infantry, you have the option of spawning at either the Guard or the Office. If you spawn at the Guard, it's a lot shorter of a trip over to the enemy command post. However, this is also the command post that has not only turrets, but has their tank spawns as well. So depending on where they take those tank spawns, that could really be trouble for you. However, once the command post is vacant, as it is right now, then it's fairly easy for you and a squad of other troops to just run in and take it by storm. Once you've captured the embassy, you have the option of going around and capturing the Rotunda. Again, I'm just not sure that I feel that it's worth it, because this command post does not grant you any kind of strategic value outside of just condemning them down to having one single command post. If you choose to spawn at the Office, you can head straight towards the Plaza. The benefit to this command post is that since it is up the flight of stairs, it does grant you a little bit more protection when trying to take that command post over. However, it is a bit more of a struggle to get to the command post itself. If you manage to do so, holy shit, then you're pretty much guaranteed to take that command post. Again, you have to remember, though, that players are going to be smarter than AI, and if they see that they're losing a command post, they very well might just send everyone up there to go ahead and prevent you from taking it. If you are daring enough, the same thing applies when trying to take the Rotundra at the very beginning. It is an option, but given that it is a command post that they spawn at frequently, especially at the start of the match, it is really not the most ideal to attempt to take, but it might possibly be a little more strategic to take it in the beginning, because then you divide their command posts up, and having their command posts separated with the plaza and the embassy, then it does allow your team to kind of do some pincer maneuvers, and you can take them from both sides. So it's really just depends on your playstyle and depends on the strategy you and your team want to take. When playing as the rebels or the droids, I would spawn at the embassy and take your vehicle and just drive it straight over to the guard, because it is the closest command post, so it is also the easiest one for you to flank. I would not recommend taking the middle command post head on. This one is easier than taking the other one because taking the office is on an upper level, as is, having the plaza for the rebels. So this is just the easiest one for you to go ahead and take. With this command post in particular, it is hard to take it over because the command post itself is in the very open, and they just spawn like ants. It's almost more effective to just use the tank as a tank and not even attempt to take over the command post. When playing on foot, I would recommend spawning at the embassy and heading straight for the guard. Doing so gives you a vantage point looking down on the command post. It'd be easier to clear it out and hopefully take that command post over. Going towards the office, while that does appear to be a better command post to hold because it is an elevated command post, the problem with taking that command post is that it is an uphill battle to go ahead and get to that command post, but also it doesn't grant you as much strategic value once you already have it. Ow. Once you have the command post, you can walk up this ramp here, and this balcony looks straight over the palace command post, granting you a huge advantage from this perspective. It works great playing as just the soldier class. It works great with the sniper class especially. If you are able to get here with the sniper class, and you're able to take that previous command post without having to die or respawn to claim another class, that would be my recommendation. You will just have to turn around and go back towards your command post to get health and ammo. But this is the most chaotic command post, one of the most chaotic command posts in the entire game, because for some reason, every battle, every player, every AI always seem to gravitate towards this command post. And I don't really know why, because while it does have strategic value, it's so difficult to take, and it's almost easier to just, whoever has it, just let them have it and just, kill the troopers from above. Right now it's uncontested because my team has partially taken it, but we have unsuccessfully managed to take it from the Empire, and I'm not dumb enough to go down there and try and take it by myself. That rebel rocket trooper is, though, and he's got a friend, so mad props to him. And that's going to be it for our strategic map overview of Naboo Theed. Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection comes out in just 2 weeks, so we hope to see you on the Battlefront.